Episode 5 Ayodhya. Let's talk about Ayodhya not as a headline, not as breaking news, but as a land market that slowly and steadily transformed. Because जो अयोध्या के लैंड प्राइसेस के साथ हुआ वो ओवरनाइट नहीं हुआ. It didn't happen because of one single announcement or one sudden event. It happened because perception changed, infrastructure improved, and long-term planning came together at the right time. Hi, welcome back to Landopedia, where we talk about all things land minus the boring. Now, to really understand Ayodhya's land appreciation story, we have to look at this in two clear phases, the past and the present. Ayodhya, then. So, कुछ सालों पहले तक Ayodhya was mostly seen as a religious town with limited economic activity. जो लैंड डिमांड थी वो लोकल्स में ज्यादा थी और जो प्राइसेस थे वो भी रीजनेबल थे. एंड जो बाहर के इन्वेस्टर्स थे वो रेयरली अयोध्या को कंसिडर करते थे एज अ सीरियस लैंड इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑप्शन. Most people buying land there were locals, either for small homes, family reasons, or agricultural use. From an investor's point of view, Ayodhya was stable but slow. People bought land, not really for appreciation, just for the sake of it. Connectivity भी काफी average थी. Tourism seasonal था, and development मंदिर के आसपास के areas में ही था. So, from a land investment lens, Ayodhya didn't look exciting back then. What changed? And why it really changed? The real shift started when Ayodhya moved from being just a religious destination to a city with national level planning. And can you guess what helped? The Ram Mandir. It played a very important role in that shift. The Ram Mandir didn't just attract devotees, it changed human movement. Spiritual tourism increased massively, and most importantly, it became year-round. मतलब ज़्यादा footfall throughout the year, not just on festivals. But here's the key point. Spiritual importance alone doesn't increase land value sustainably. What made the difference was how that spiritual tourism got supported by infrastructure and development planning. Roads were widened, civic upgrades were planned, transport connectivity improved, and an international airport project came into the picture. Suddenly, Ayodhya wasn't just a place people visited. It was a city being prepared to host people consistently. And once that happened, perception changed. Ayodhya now. Today, land in and around Ayodhya is priced very differently compared to a few years ago. Demand is no longer only local. Buyers now include developers, hospitality players, long-term investors, and people planning guest houses, homestays, shops, and rental properties. Areas close to highways, entry routes, development corridors, and planned infrastructure zones have seen the strongest appreciation. Even outskirts, which earlier had very limited demand, are now being explored because people are looking at future growth, not just current usage. Prices didn't suddenly jump one day. They moved gradually. As clarity improved, as tourism numbers became predictable and infrastructure commitments became visible, land values started adjusting accordingly. Ayodhya is no longer just a city people visit for darshan. It's slowly becoming a city where people stay, invest, and run businesses. What Ayodhya teaches land investors? Ayodhya's story teaches a very important lesson in land investing. Appreciation follows planning, not noise. Land value increases when multiple things align. People movement, connectivity, infrastructure, and long-term vision. Cultural or religious importance creates interest, but infrastructure and usability convert that interest into real demand. Another big takeaway is timing. The biggest gains in Ayodhya were made by people who entered before everything became obvious, when development was planned but not fully visible on the ground. A reality check. Not every plot in Ayodhya performed the same way. Land closer to highways, tourism circuits, and development corridors saw much better appreciation than land that was isolated or poorly connected. Documentation, zoning, land use permissions, all of that still mattered. Ayodhya proves that even high potential cities can have bad returns if buyers ignore legal and planning details. Then versus now, the real shift. Then, Ayodhya was mainly a faith-driven town with limited investment interest. Now, Ayodhya is a structured growth city with spiritual tourism, infrastructure push, and economic activity coming together. The land didn't change, the role of the city changed. And that's what created appreciation. Land appreciation is rarely about sudden price spikes. It's about understanding how a place evolves over time. Ayodhya's journey shows that when culture, connectivity, and planning align, land value follows naturally. Not instantly, but steadily. This is Sachin, signing off from Landopedia. If this helped you understand land appreciation better, like, share, and subscribe. In the next episode, we'll explore another city where land quietly transformed long before it becomes obvious to everyone.